I'm Kerry.
And I'm Katie.
And this is Grave Silence. Hopefully,
Let's do it.
we'll be not rocking on heaven's door. I mean both. Knocking and
Knocking and rocking.
Knocking and rocking on heaven's door. Hello.
Hello. Is anyone coming in?
There's no way I'm going upstairs.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm going to be going downstairs.
You're going down.
We're going downstairs.
Going downstairs.
Going downstairs. And I've got a nice little pocket for my microphone today.
I like it.
I won't be wafting my hands around as usual.
You'll just be wafting your legs around and your vape.
Already, I'm starting to fidget, aren't I? It's terrible.
You can't help yourself.
Fanny fidgeter. How are we doing?
I am living the dream.
Checked out. I've had enough.
The day job is frankly a shit show. Yeah, but other than that, I'm here. I'm going to get used to it.
And yeah, well, hopefully, I'm here to get used to it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
We're here. We're here, and we're ready to roll
with another fantastic cake.
With another massive twat.
Another one. Another massive twat. We seem to be filling our lives with massive twats.
We do,
don't we?
We do.
Be it reading about them or just meeting them.
Just meeting them.
And that's fine. We don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's all
the occasional twat's all right, but not
all good.
Not plenty of them. So today's twat
is
he's
an Australian twat.
He is an Australian twat. He's the twat of all twats, or one of them.
Well, one of the twats.
One of the twats. Rolf Harris today.
Oh, my piss is boiled already, let me tell you.
My piss was boiling when I was watching that documentary on Amazon the other day. I was livid.
Yeah, and
livid.
Yes, and you listen in exactly why we're going to be livid, and you'll be livid as well.
You will be, because let me tell you, it's a story to be livid about. Makes you feel jubby, doesn't it?
When are we going to treat the people to the clip of the YouTube song of this Wankstain's little cover of?
Oh, is that
cover?
The one that you showed me the other day?
What the traumatising one?
Yeah. I think we'll add it in somewhere.
We'll add it. What just as a surprise?
Just as a surprise, surprise gander.
Keep the listeners on edge. Oh, dear.
It was grim when you showed me that. My toes curled and my flabber was garsted.
It's the most awkward I think I've been in weeks, and I forget about it, and then I remind myself of it, and I'm still affected by this, like it was the first time again.
What was the cover that he did? Oh, when I think about you, I touch
myself. No.
Sorry.
So you've got that to look forward to.
So we'll add a little clip in that in. Yeah, we've got a couple of little clips we're going to add in this one. So hang on to your hats, people.
Life.
Buckle up, because we're going to get started. I can feel me retching a lot throughout this.
Yeah, I know, and this is troubling. So do we need to have an eating warning? Because your retching makes me feel a bit jubby, if I'm quite honest with you.
Yeah, I think pre-warning for this one, peeps, because it's
Kerry's a retching.
I'm going to be retching a lot throughout this. I'll try and put a lid on it. It's fine. So we're going to start off with the delight that is Rolf Harris.
Yeah.
So he was born in Perth in Western Australia in 1930, which when I wrote that, I was like, oh God, was it that long ago? How crazy is that?
Yeah.
And I suppose thinking about it, I remember watching him a lot in the 80s and 90s.
I did.
I'm not going to lie to you, I really liked Rolf Harris.
I didn't get the vibes from Rolf Harris.
That I did from Savile.
Well,
no, Savile
don't get me started on that one.
No.
But no, I wasn't getting massive nonce vibes.
No, I was just getting, just a little bit of an odd sort of uncle granddad figure-ish. Do you know what I mean?
You've done it to yourself.
I've done it to myself already.
You've done it to yourself.
Pack it in, Kerry.
A figure that should be trusted and really, really shouldn't be. Yeah, no.
And there we go. But anyway, so 1930 he was born, and he grew up in what he later described himself as a perfect childhood.
So I would say there's not, to our knowledge, no trauma that turned him into a massive pedo.
No trauma that I'm going to keep doing this. I can see it now. No trauma that we know of like we have come across with other
Other
cases, that we
cases.
can kind of...
Reasons, not excuses. But
No.
no excuse for this one, my people.
Well, there's not even a reason. So his early life was stable, close-knit and rooted in strong community, an untroubled foundation that would eventually stand in stark contrast to the allegations that emerged decades later. Don't retch, Kerry. As a teenager, he was charismatic, talented and instantly noticeable, known for his artistic ability, musical skill and a distinctive personality that drew attention wherever he went. Oh, God. At 16, while still a student at Perth Modern School, his self-portrait in oils was selected for display in the Art Gallery of New South Wales as an entry in the 1947 Archibald Prize, one of only 80 works chosen out of 200 submissions.
Wow. I mean, he was good at art.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to really struggle with this. I could just... everything. I'm just finding everything goosebumpy and everything freaky. But... Okay. So he painted a portrait of Sir James Mitchell, the Lieutenant Governor of Western Australia, for the 1948 Archibald Prize, and in 1949 won the Claude Hotchin Prize for oil colours with his landscape On a May Morning.
On a May morning.
By adulthood, he had already laid the groundwork for a career that would take him from Australia to the United Kingdom and eventually make him a household name. And didn't we know it, to be fair? He was on everything.
He was fucking everywhere, that bloke, wasn't he?
He really was.
And, you know, when I first... So before all the horrible stuff came out, again, I wasn't anti Rolf Harris.
No,
And you'd always imagined, can you tell what it is yet? And doing the with the
Literally.
wobble board and the, you know, and the dum, 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 and paint and drawing away and stuff like that with his marker pen. And I just, and I liked art. Him and Tony Hart were staples of my
Tony
childhood.
Hart would never bring this shit to my door.
No, Chaz and Morph would not be doing this kind of thing, would they?
Morph, no. So anyway, Harris moved to England in 1952 and studied at the City and Guilds of London Art School. In the early 1950s, he met Alwyn Hughes, a Welsh sculptor and jeweller, whom he married on the 1st of March 1958 at St Saviour's Church in Paddington in London. Work came easily to him. His charm and enthusiasm opened doors across entertainment and broadcasting. He performed weekly at the Down Under Club. I mean, that's
A double entendre,
isn't it? Becoming such a fixture that people attended specifically to see him. His musical acts included, wait for this, Timey Kangaroo Down Sport. Remember that? Timey Kangaroo Down Sport.
Hang on, think of the royalties.
Ooh,
Don't let him have them.
Don't let him have them. Jake the Peg.
Yeah,
And
that's...
well, looking back, it's really creepy now, isn't it? But he
He's
used
got
to
an
come
extra
out.
leg.
Yeah, he used to
Yeah.
come out with a third leg. Fucking hell. He used to come out with a third leg.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And also, Sunrise. Do you remember that?
Sunrise.
Again, I'm not singing it because I'm
no.
often accompanied by a didgeridoo to emphasise his Australian identity.
Now, have you ever had a go on a didgeridoo?
I have.
They are hard to get a noise out of, aren't they?
Hard, yeah. They are really difficult. I mean, you know, I've had worse.
I just blew raspberries down it, if I'm quite honest with you.
You give it some,
and then when that doesn't work, I started going and just making the noise myself.
and just pretending that you were
rather than actually getting anything out of it.
I mean,
the
look,
amount of spit that must have landed in the middle of them things,
that's
I'm
just
telling you.
grim.
Sorry.
You can imagine the mouth swabs.
No, if you think that's bad, it's going to get worse.
Oh, it is. I'm buckling down. His television career expanded quickly. He appeared on children's programmes, variety shows, and even fronted. Now, what the fuck? I've seen this, and I'm going to put in a clip in here of it because I don't obviously want him to get any royalties or anything like that. Not that I think he put. I don't know. Would he?
He wouldn't now, surely. It might go to
stranger things have happened, my friend.
To charity or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I mean, because he is dead, isn't he?
Well, he is brown bread, isn't he? But then I suppose it'd go to Alwyn and Bindi. Who knows? Anyway, let's not dwell on that. So yeah, he even fronted safety videos in the 1980s, including one titled "Kids Say No."
Fucking hell.
Which encouraged children to reject inappropriate behaviour from adults. Yep. A piece of work later viewed through a very different lens once allegations surfaced.
You're darn right it's a different lens.
I'd fucking say, oh, that's...
My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine.
My lungs were made to hold air when I breathe.
I am in charge of just how much I need.
My legs were made just to dance me around.
Fly through the air, swim or roll on the ground.
Your body loves you to televised.
Our bodies do just whatever we like. My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine.
My body. Isn't it good to be alive on a day like today? Good one, isn't it? Hey? Have a seat there. Breathe that air, you feel it all over your skin. It's good, and that sort of feeling you want to give somebody a big hug like that, or one of those little pats makes you feel good. And it's that sort of touching I want to talk about today, because it helps you to understand the sort of touching that doesn't make you feel too good.
By the late 1960s, Harris's public image was firmly established. A family entertainer, trusted, familiar, and welcomed without hesitation to spaces designed for children. His catchphrase, here we go,
Here we
"Can you
go.
tell what it is yet?"
Oh, can you tell what it is yet?
became iconic, reinforcing a persona that seemed playful, eccentric, and harmless. Behind the scenes, however, a pattern of behaviour had already begun. Multiple girls later came forward reporting sexual assaults committed by Harris between the years of 1968 and 1988, describing incidents that occurred in private moments, backstage areas, and situations where his status and charisma gave him access, authority, and opportunity.
Oh, you can just imagine the creepy old cunt just leching.
Yeah, and as I say, you look back at all those things through this lens of truth. It's just cringy,
It is,
and
it's grim.
and you kind of think, why didn't we see it? But people didn't see it.
No, but that's the thing.
He was
Like,
taken, everyone was taken in by him.
yeah, and like I said at the beginning, Jimmy Savile always gave me creepy vibes.
Yes.
What the fuck was that Ken doll haircut? That
Oh.
it literally looked like a Ken doll, and then somebody had sparked a fag next to it, so that it had gone up and all, like, it was just horrendous,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And he just gave me the willies.
Mm.
Just looking at him, I never got that off of Rolf Harris.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? I
Mm.
never got that as a kid. I used to watch like the Rolf Harris Club, the Cartoon Club, and stuff like that. Used to watch them for hours, loving all that stuff. And but then looking back, obviously,
Yeah.
different kettle of fish.
One widely circulated clip from the late 1970s showed Harris kissing the hand of a young girl during a Jim'll Fix It appearance. At the time, it was treated as harmless television, but in hindsight, the moment took on a disturbing tone once allegations against him became public. The first officially recognised victim was a friend of Harris's daughter, Bindi.
Stupid name, sorry.
Referred to here as Victim A, she was 13.
Jesus.
She had been invited on a family holiday to Hawaii with Harris, his wife Alwyn, and Bindi. While she was in her bikini preparing to go to the beach, Harris assaulted her. According to her account, the behaviour continued after they returned home. Harris would visit her parents, wait for opportunities when the adults were downstairs, and then go upstairs under the guise of speaking to her, and he would assault her, exploiting the trust and familiarity that he had built with the family.
That is just horrendous.
I can't, that position of trust, and then...
I mean, obviously, his whole actions are horrendous, point blank, full stop, from start to finish. But going on a level above and beyond while her parents are downstairs, going round to see her and creating that violation in her home around her safe space is just...
in her own room.
Fucking hell.
Another victim, 18 years old in 1970, described meeting Harris while on holiday in Malta. She said she complimented him on his work, and he led her into a room away from others. She reported that he pushed her against a wall, touched her breasts, kissed her hands, and assaulted her multiple times, stopping only when he realised that she was on her period.
For God's sake.
She remembered the shock of the encounter, the abrupt shift from admiration to fear, and the unsettling way he moved between charm and violation. His apology, offered at one point during the incident, stayed with her for decades.
Just, I can't even. Do you know what I mean? Just the creepiness and just, oh God.
It's like you think about it, you feel safe. You feel safe. You're meeting somebody, either somebody that you know well or somebody that you've seen on TV, and you have no idea what's about to happen. Yet that predator is waiting for the opportune moment to change the power play.
Yeah.
To change the scenario.
100%. Despite these experiences, Harris's career continued to thrive. He performed internationally, became a fixture on British television, and fronted programmes such as Rolf's Cartoon Club, which I remember.
Yes, me too.
Like as though it was yesterday. Rolf's Cartoon Time, same thing. He had chart-topping hits and appeared on Top of the Pops, and I remember that as well.
I love myself. I want you to love me. When I feel down, I want you above me. I search myself. I want you to find me. I forget myself. I want you to remind me. Ooh. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself. Ooh.
His public image remained intact, even as more women later described behaviour they considered predatory. Investigative journalist Miriam Jones recalled that his wife, who worked at the BBC, was warned not to get in a lift with Harris and not to walk up the stairs in front of him.
Jesus Christ. Again, so it's a known thing. Like Jimmy Savile.
It's the Savile
Don't
situation.
be left alone with Uncle Jimmy.
Oh.
Right? It's a known thing. Don't be in a lift on your own with him. Don't walk in front of him up the stairs. Don't get caught anywhere with him.
I just don't understand how people in those positions of power can let things go like that.
Do you know what enrages me as well? It's down to the potential victim to keep themselves safe. Rather than anybody challenging him, holding him accountable for his actions. It's almost as if, he can't help it. Just make sure, just keep yourself safe. What the fuck, people? What the actual fuck? And I wish this was the only example, but it isn't.
No, unfortunately, there's many more, and it's just, well, astounding, to be quite honest with you. Harris travelled frequently back to Australia, and whilst doing so, the abuse continued. One girl, Nina, who was around 13 or 14 and living in motels due to her father's work, said Harris rubbed himself against her and groped her breasts while reciting a poem.
What the fuck?
She's 13, 14 maybe. What? She reported the incident in 1984, but the two male police officers who interviewed her were dismissive, yawning and checking their watches, a reaction that obviously discouraged her from pursuing the complaint.
Unfucking believable.
Tonya Lee met Harris at 15. She described an incident in 1986 when she was part of the Shop Front Theatre group. So somewhere that she went to go to, she trusted. It was part, she was there with her peers.
Build your confidence, join a club, do theatre.
Get out, go and see more kids your own age, do that thing, After a performance, the group went to a pub, and she said Harris placed his hands on her legs, asked her to sit on his lap and moved his hands up under her skirt. She remembered him praising her talent while doing this, acting as though nothing was out of place despite other people being there. So this is in a public area, apparently, and this is, a lot of this information is from the Amazon documentary, and she literally said there was other people there, other kids from the groups. the manager of the theatre group was there.
The fucking gall of it, Kerry. The fucking gall of it. The privileged, nobody can touch me. I'm doing this all the time. Completely comfortable, completely masked. And even if they did notice, they
No
probably
one's going to
wouldn't say
challenge me.
anything.
No, exactly. Tonya said she escaped to the bathroom, but when she came out, he was waiting outside the door. He assaulted her again in the corridor, smiling as he spoke to her about her future as an actress. She later told Kathy Henkel, who was the director at the time in the theatre group, what had happened, and Kathy recalled being horrified. Tonya never returned to the shopfront theatre after that night. So all that taken away from her, all that, you know, going along, having something of yours, being good about things, being interested in something, all of that from one person's actions.
Harris's career continued to grow. Chris Bear Brosnan, his bandmate and didgeridoo player, he could get a noise out of it, clearly,
Well, clearly.
recalled being in a car with him when Harris commented on two schoolgirls walking down the road, saying, "Couldn't you just fuck the shit out of those two?"
Oh my God.
Brosnan believed Harris was testing him. He proclaimed to Harris that they were children and showed his disgust.
Right. This is probably not the last time I'm going to say this, but you're a grown-ass man in the car with Rolf Harris. Rolf Harris says this to you. What do you do at that point? What do you do at that point?
Throat punch him?
Okay, to say the least.
You know.
Was there... yeah, I mean, you know...
He said they're children and showed his disgust. In what way? By stopping the car and asking him to get the fuck out?
Throwing him out the car?
By
driving
leaving
him...
your job?
Yeah, exactly. Reporting it to management, to whoever. No?
He also said Harris's relationship with his daughter Bindi was strained, and that Alwyn knew about the abuse of Bindi's friend, telling him about it directly.
That
What
boils my piss.
So Alwyn, an enabler.
Well, as we know later, when she attended every day
to keep an eye on him,
to keep an eye on him, but she also went to the court trial with him every day.
She did, yeah.
And his publicist, or his PR team, his words, somebody asked him why she attended every day, why you'd get out of the car, why you'd hold hands with her and Bindi, his daughter, and he said to her, in his words, my PR publicist told me it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, it'll look good. It'll look good. Anyway, by the 1990s, Harris's career had begun to fade, and he was seen as naff. And he was, wasn't he? He was.
He was really naff. But that's the thing. And to be fair, looking back at him through a child's eyes, like I was in the 90s, you know, just coming into 10, something like that, in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Looking back, he was just seen as a harmless.
Yeah.
So,
bit of
you
a
know.
washed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he then did a cover of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Nice.
Reviving his public profile, and it turned him into a cult figure again. He was described as someone who was very good at reinventing himself. Darn right he was.
Predatory.
Exactly that. Around this time, Sunny, aged 15, said she was assaulted by him the first time they met while working on an advert for British Paints.
Fuck's sake.
In 1994, Harris began presenting Animal Hospital.
I used to like Animal Hospital.
I did. Used to watch it with my mum. A programme focused on sick and injured animals. His co-host, Linda Bryans, said she never witnessed anything concerning, but noted that Alwyn was always in the car with him when he arrived. Looking back, she wondered if Alwyn's presence was intended to keep an eye on him.
Keep an eye on him?
Yeah, because apparently she knows about the best friend.
But keep an eye on
Bindi.
him. You shouldn't have to keep an eye on anyone.
Do you know what? Let's have a prison officer keep an eye on him, shall we, Alwyn? Let's lock him up, shall we? Because if you're keeping an eye on him, you know he's done it at least once.
Fucking shop him.
Are keeping an eye on him. That's true love, isn't it? That's what you want in a husband.
Stand by
isn't
your
it?
man.
Jesus Christ. Stamp on his head.
In 2005, Harris painted a portrait of the Queen for her 80th birthday, joking and chatting with her during the sitting. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. In 2011, the death of
I hate that name. I hate the
I,
name.
I literally nearly choked on saying it. It's revolting. Jimmy Savile brought around Operation Yewtree, and we all know about Operation Yewtree,
Yeah.
don't we? Hopefully, where they were investigating a lot of public figures and things like that. It was felt that Savile had gotten away with his crimes, so then they obviously started looking into public.
Yeah, other prominent
Gary
figures.
Glitter, another delightful person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, and Rolf was one of them. By this point, Harris's public life was still thriving, but privately more people were beginning to question his behaviour. How long does it take? How do we get to this stage and only now people are possibly questioning his behaviour?
When we've got one report made and other things widely known about how he is.
Just a vile, vile fucking human. Gary Pank, an officer working on related matters, became involved in the growing investigation. Chip Summers, a psychotherapist, began supporting victim A after she came to him with alcohol addiction. She disclosed her abuse by Harris, and in 2012, when Harris presented the Queen's Jubilee, she felt as though a dam had burst. That poor, poor woman. Just seeing that fucking scumbag on the telly. Chip encouraged her to report it to the police, helping her navigate the process and giving her the confidence to speak out. His involvement became part of the wider network of support that eventually helped multiple women come forward. Well done, Chip.
Yeah.
Well done, Chip. In March 2013, Harris was interviewed. He was described as arrogant, presenting himself as though he would walk out of the room, and that would be the end of the matter.
Well, he's gotten away with it totally up until now.
He was one of 12 people arrested in England during Operation Yewtree for questioning regarding historical allegations of sexual offences. 12 people.
Yeah. I remember Dave Lee Travis was one, wasn't he?
Dave Lee
From
Travis,
radio,
yes.
Yeah.
Obviously Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
Savile, that fucking prick, got away with it. Although, did you hear what they did to... We'll cover this, obviously, in a case later down the road about Savile, but something that just always fucking tickles me is that they had to take his gravestone away because the grass around it rotted because the locals would go and just piss on it.
Yeah.
Good.
100%. Good for them.
The allegations were not linked to the misconducted revelations surrounding Jimmy Savile, who had died in 2011, and Harris denied any wrongdoing. Of course he did. He was bailed without charge, made no public comment, and was understood to have denied the allegations strongly.
Again, the barefaced gall of it.
Absolute wanksock. Harris returned to the stage in May 2013 for the first time since his arrest. The gall! The gall! Thanking the audience for their support as though he believed he was going to get away with it.
Oh.
It's just infuriating.
And the trouble is, and I can remember at the time, there were people protesting his innocence.
Literally.
There were people with placards going, no, that, he's not done this. False allegations, blah, 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 blah. And how much of those victims were blamed of, somebody else has come forward, have they? Another one wants money out of it. Another one wants their 15 minutes of fame on the front page.
Well, this is what this fucking prick tried to say later on, wasn't it?
So vile. Anyway, sorry.
During the investigation, police went through diaries, photos and letters in Harris's study during a home search. They seized his PC, which contained indecent images of children. In August 2013, he was arrested and charged with 9 counts of indecent assault against minors and 4 counts of making indecent images of children. Fucking absolute
vile
skank.
The charges cast a shadow over the Harris family, raising questions about what had been known, ignored, or normalised within their circle. By the time Harris was charged, 10 women had made allegations, each describing similar features in his behaviour. None of the victims had spoken to each other beforehand, yet their accounts aligned in ways investigators found significant. One charge alleged that he sexually assaulted Wendy Wilde, an 8-year-old girl who asked for his autograph at a community centre in Hampshire in 1968 or 69. When questioned by police about this allegation, Harris replied, "I would simply never touch a child inappropriately." What, apart from the 20 or more other times that I've done it?
It's just, and I know I am huffing and puffing a lot through this case, but it just infuriates me that, and I'm sure will be the same when it comes to fucking Savile, but it just, oh.
He was also accused of groping the bottom of a 14-year-old girl at a celebrity's It's a Knockout event in Cambridge in 1975. Harris denied ever visiting Cambridge until 4 years before the trial, but television archive material was produced in court showing that he had taken part in the episode of the ITV show Star Games, filmed in Cambridge in 1978. Harris denied telling a deliberate lie and said his failure to remember the show was, quote, a lapse of memory.
Oh, fuck off. Absolutely, fuck right off. Come back and then fuck off again. Wanker. Liar. Sorry.
No, don't apologise.
Makes me it infuriates me. I knew I'd get cross with this case, but it's just the bare face. It was a lapse of memory. Oh my
Actual
God.
dickhead. And the fact that he tries to play on heartstrings of people to feel sorry for him and
we've not got to the best of it yet. You
Sorry,
wait until you hear about court. I mean, fucking hell. The trial brought forward multiple victims and witnesses. Victim A obviously testified. Tonya Lee testified. Wendy Wilde testified. And a Cambridge victim who was 16 at the time of the assault also testified. 6 character witnesses appeared. Christine, aged 11 to 12 in Australia at the time. Susie, aged 24. Another, aged 18. Tony Porter, who witnessed an assault in Australia. MC was aged 16 in New Zealand. And JH, aged 16 in Australia. Victim A described footage taken while she was on holiday where Harris filmed her rather than filming his daughter Bindi while the girl was in a bikini. He complimented her on the flesh-coloured garment. British criminal defence barrister Sasha Vass, KC, led the prosecution, and I watched her on the documentary and I thought she was amazing. I thought she was brilliant. So she questioned Harris directly, asking whether he had complimented the body of the 13-year-old girl in footage taken during the holiday. He agreed that he had. She reminded him of her age, and again, he agreed. And she said that at that point, you could hear a pin drop. Evidence was presented showing Harris had visited porn sites repeatedly, specifically those featuring young teen girls and my little nieces. Ugh. Christine from Darwin shared that she was 11 at the time of her assault. She was staying at a friend's house whose parents were good friends of Harris. She said she came downstairs wearing her pyjamas. He asked her how old she was, and she replied, 11. He responded, quote, just coming into womanhood. Allow me to introduce you to womanhood. He then pulled her towards him, kissed her with his tongue, and groped her. Christine said she told her parents and they didn't believe her.
This fucks me off. This fucks me off. If your child comes to you and says that they're being harmed
in any way, shape or form,
fucking believe them.
Believe them off the bat.
Fucking believe them, because it will destroy them when you don't in the moment, and it will continue to destroy them.
Don't dismiss it.
No.
Don't, shrug it away. Don't brush it under the carpet. Fucking believe them.
In court, the barrister asked her what was so bad about being introduced to a tongue kiss at 11. When was this fucking court date? When was it?
I would have
2011, something like that?
2013.
What? See, you think this and you think, it's the 70s, isn't it? 70s, 80s. No. What? 2011, 2013, sometime around then, 13 years ago, a defence barrister, asked what was so bad about being introduced to a tongue kiss at 11. Nothing bad at all if it's with another 11-year-old, Mr.
God.
Barrister.
Oh, God.
But by an adult man? An adult man, and you're asking what's so bad? She was also asked if she had been wearing something provocative. She replied, I was wearing pyjamas. Something fucking provocative. I don't fucking care what she was wearing. She was 11 years old. And
No.
you're suggesting
Right.
that child is provocative. Who the fuck
Do you know
does
what?
this barrister think they are?
I could
Who
never.
the fuck?
I could never, in all my years, be a defence barrister.
No, I couldn't defend scum.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't. Do you know what? Could you just imagine being brought this to your table and going, right, okay, here's the case, get me the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And having to deal with that.
Yeah. No.
I just, oh, God.
Because they can't also lie, can they? They're supposedly, so if they're told the truth by a defendant who is pleading not guilty but is guilty, they can't lie, can they?
So effectively, they just have to twist it to make it sound in their favour.
And I just can't tell you what this does. That woman standing in that witness box, having to go through in front of people, in front of somebody who's trying to disprove her allegation, to describe what she was wearing as an 11-year-old girl and that it wasn't provocative, and lucky you for being introduced to a tongue kiss at 11.
Oh, God.
What on earth what are we even doing? And frankly, she deserves compensation for that style of questioning.
But would that have been said if it was a boy?
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were you wearing something provocative?
Yeah.
If it was a young lad stood there on the stand, going through the same situation,
You should be. Isn't it nice to be introduced to a tongue kiss?
Oh, don't.
So, a makeup artist took the stand, Susie. She shared that in 1984, she was doing Harris's makeup, standing in front of him when he ran his hands up her legs inside her shorts. She explained that she walked into another room and overheard a director and Harris talking about her body. She said his nickname was the Octopus.
Fucking hell.
So again, they knew.
We're just going to justify it. We're going to make light of it by giving him a fun little nickname, which makes him sound a bit handsy.
Susie later received a message from the director commending her on how she had conducted herself. Now, Susie, in her statement, regrets not doing more and saying more at the time, even though she was understandably in shock and just tried to ignore it and just tried to move away. And she is then commended, presumably for not making a fuss, by the director and how she conducted herself. Public reaction was divided. Some people stood outside of the court holding signs saying Rolf is innocent.
Like you said.
Others expressed shock that a man who had been part of their childhood could be accused of such crimes. The trial continued. Tonya testified for 2 days, describing her experiences in detail. She faced attempts to discredit her, but her testimony remained steady. The defence claimed that the women were gold diggers and liars.
Fucking hell.
It was also referred to that while Harris was hosting the Queen's Jubilee, he had been looking at indecent images of children on his PC. His argument was that his housekeeper had caught his grandson looking at something concerning on the computer at around that time. So he is throwing his grandson, his daughter's son, Bindi's son, throwing him under the bus, blaming him, and yet Bindi and Alwyn sat supporting Harris throughout the trial, continuing to enable, continuing to brush under the carpet. And how, again, you blame my son, you piece of shit, for something that you did.
How can you, as his daughter, accept that? How can you stand by your father and allow him to say that about your son? Allow him to effectively accuse your son,
discredit your son,
throw him under the bus like that, and still sit in a courtroom showing your support for that man?
I would like to think that if I was in that position, I would walk out of the court at that moment. and show my contempt for the man who had just said
100%.
that about my son.
100%.
Because she's unlikely to know it was part of his defence until he stands in the dock and gets asked the question, or that gets raised.
But the moment that dropped, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Walk away. However, what we have got is somebody saying that Alwyn knew about the abuse. So whatever she's listening to, whatever other evidence to discredit her grandson, she already knows. She knows.
That is something I find really difficult to fathom.
I can't speak for others, right? But I know that if I had any inclination that my husband or boyfriend was in any way, shape or form guilty of doing something like that, there is no God-given day that I would sit in a courtroom and show my support for that person.
No.
I'd have fucking shopped him myself.
Yeah.
I'd have gone to the police and said, I'm aware that he's done this to my daughter's friend.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Full stop.
Yep.
I just
End of.
Fucking crazy. So victim A described a letter that Harris had written to her father, saying, quote, there was no rape, no physical forcing, brutality or beating that took place. Harris then asked in the letter, quote, why didn't you ever say no?
Jesus Christ, she was a kid. She was a kid.
And this, I know that victim A, and I'm going to say this now, so Harris later took the stand and testified that the relationship with victim A was consensual, as it had grown into adulthood. He referred to one incident where he sat on Bindi's sofa with Bindi to his right and victim A to his left. He hid his lap with a blanket and had victim A masturbate him while sitting next to his daughter. Now, as far as I'm aware, this abuse went on until she was around 29, this young girl.
Yeah.
She was groomed 101.
Mm.
That in no way, shape or form was that consensual. That was grooming all day long.
Mm-hmm.
He controlled her, he manipulated her, he groomed her. That's why that was happening later on in life.
Yeah.
At one point, this absolute cunt sang bars from Jake the Peg to the jury. He asked if the jury knew one of his songs or any of his songs, and I think it was put to them or what have you, and he stood there and he sang part of Jake the Peg.
With the extra leg and the connotations of that. Singing while you're in the dock, while you're at your court hearing for molestation.
2 female jurors cried during victim A's testimony. The verdict was unanimous, guilty on 12 counts. The weight of the evidence had built steadily across weeks of statements, cross-examinations and the uncomfortable rewatching of footage that had once been considered harmless. Harris stood there, a man who had painted the Queen, won a BAFTA, performed at Glastonbury, and entertained generations of children now legally defined by the abuse he had committed. The judge's summary emphasised the seriousness of the offences, the impact on the victims and the breach of trust involved. Harris had been a public figure, someone parents allowed near their children, someone welcomed into their homes through their television screens. The judge noted that his actions had caused lasting harm and that his refusal to acknowledge responsibility made the impact even more severe. Harris was sentenced to 5 years and 9 months.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck? 5 years, 9 months?
Not even a year for each case that he was charged for.
5 years and 9 months. Sickening. Absolutely sickening.
He should have had his bollocks cut off. In 2015, while serving his sentence, Harris wrote a letter to his bandmate Chris Brosnan. In it, he wrote a poem where he stated, quote, climbing out of the woodwork, babe, from 40 years ago, saying they were trying to, quote, clap eyes on a rich celebrity and make the bastard dance. Bear said it made him feel sick and that Harris didn't take any responsibility. The man's fucking delusional. Absolutely delusional. The tone of the poem was dismissive, bitter and accusatory, showing no remorse for the harm described in court. Wendy Wilde, which was the youngest victim, wrote a poem back and had it published in the paper. Wendy died in 2019, never seeing Harris express any public apology. That should be 101. 101. The first thing they should do is be made to carry out a public apology.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat. And then just let the lads from the rest of the prison have 15 minutes with them.
During his imprisonment, Harris's public artwork was covered or removed.
Good.
Institutions distanced themselves from him. The Queen stripped him of his honour. His legacy, once tied to children's entertainment and public art, was now inseparable from the crimes for which he had been convicted. In 2017, Harris won an appeal to overturn one of his 12 convictions.
Fucking hell.
Later that year, he faced a second trial for other abuse claims. He was cleared of 3 charges, and the jury could not reach a verdict on 4 others. Harris served 3 years of his 5-year, 9-month sentence.
Fucking hell.
He lived out the rest of his life at his home as a recluse and died in May 2023 at the age of 93. I'm sorry. He served 3 years
3 fucking years.
of what was an appallingly short sentence, and I don't fucking care how old that bastard was when he got convicted. I do not care. He should have taken his last breath in prison for what he did to those children.
That's insane. 3 years for being what? A good boy?
The broader investigation into Harris's life and behaviour revealed a pattern that stretched across decades, countries and contexts. Victims from Australia, New Zealand and the UK described similar behaviour. The story of Rolf Harris became a case study in how public personas can mask private behaviour, how charisma can be used as a tool, and how institutions can fail to protect vulnerable people when faced with powerful figures. It also highlighted the importance of listening to victims, taking allegations seriously, and recognising patterns even when they stretch across decades.
It's just abhorrent, vile. And I mean, obviously, Rolf Harris is one case, and we will later on at some point cover Jimmy Savile. But yeah, it's just revolting. And I think the reason why we covered this is we just wanted to say, look, you shouldn't worry about coming forward. Speak to somebody trusted or something. Speak to someone, even if it's a friend. Don't not challenge it. That kind of behaviour. I was just saying to you, wasn't I, that I don't think I've ever met in my 45 years on this world. I don't think I've ever met a woman that has not had a situation where they've not felt unsafe.
Yeah.
At some point.
Every woman I know has shared that I'm on that level with the friendship, has shared an experience with me
a story
of not feeling.
And you know, it may not be to, God forbid, to the extent of this, but you know, just feeling unsafe walking down the street.
Yeah. Well, you know, putting your keys between your fingers and fisting up your hand just in case.
Yeah.
Speeding up, walking.
Or just even walking through a dark alley and feeling uncomfortable. And I'm, you know, and I'm not saying that men haven't had those experiences and things, but I do not know. I've never spoken to a woman in my life that hasn't had some sort of experience like that.
Yeah, same.
And
same.
I just think, just say something.
And you know, it talking about this case leaves you feeling lost and sad and unable to comprehend why, in what is supposedly such a civilised society, why people are still questioned upon what they're wearing. What were you doing? Oh, don't wear that. Don't go out just like that. You look like a bloody, you know.
Yeah.
And as you say, imagine if it was a boy.
Yeah.
And what we can do is focus on what is under our control.
Yeah.
So in the UK, there is a law called Sarah's Law.
Yeah.
It's officially known as the Child Sex Offender Disclosure Scheme, and this allows parents, carers, guardians, anyone to ask the police if someone who has contact with their child has a record of child sexual offences, and the police will disclose this information if they believe it is lawful, necessary and proportionate to protect a child. So anyone's eligible to make a request under Sarah's Law. You can do it simply by calling 101. or visiting your local police station. You can also submit an application online through your local police's website. You must provide specific details of who that person is and the child that you're worried about. General requests or fishing expeditions are not permitted, so no malicious requests. No. And as I say, if the police deems that person to have a history of sexual offences or any other behaviour that puts a child at risk, they will share this information with the person best placed to protect the child. So we can protect ourselves, and fuck me, if your child, if any child you know, comes to you and says this has happened,
question it.
Believe them.
Yeah, question
Believe
it.
them. Challenge it.
Exactly that. Don't
challenge the
ignore
child.
it. No,
but
no.
but for fuck's sake,
ignore
believe them.
It's because inevitably this piece of shit served 3 years and destroyed at least 12 lives.
And if those police officers had not yawned and looked at their watches and made that young girl feel so uncomfortable when she did share, if those bosses at television studios and concerts and public places had not covered up these actions of this vile individual and put the onus on the victim to keep themselves safe, or a potential victim to keep themselves safe, then he may have been stopped sooner.
So yeah, a bit of a heavy one today, and we probably haven't done our usual and giggled our way through like we normally do, but I just think it's something that we wanted to touch on, and because we'd mentioned about Clare's Law during Tracy Andrews, so we wanted to do a case where we could kind of share about Sarah's Law. But yeah, it's important that we as women, and obviously men, don't get me wrong, I know it happens to men all the time, but it's important that we keep ourselves safe and keep your friends safe, keep your children safe. But yeah, anyway, so that's that story.
I'm going to go and sit under a shower, try and cleanse my soul.
I may
retake up smoking.
I was tugging on that vape
like your life depended on it.
Literally, like I just, yeah, it's a vile story, but I think it's important that it's out there, especially in light of the Amazon documentary and the evidence that's come out through that, and the story that's come out through that, and we do like to kind of again make sure things are out there. So, but we will be back next week.
We will. Something a bit lighter. I mean, still probably deathy. I'm not going to say it's not going to be deathy. It will be deathy.
I mean, we might not be so angry as we was through this pod. I feel we were quite angry, but with good reason. Reason. We're very emotionally led people, and we do tend to get very much on our soapboxes about issues that can be quite emotive. But yeah, anyway, we shall see you next week, peoples.
See you next week, my loves. You know where to find us and follow us.
We do indeed. Take care of you.
Bye-bye.